ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. So what we're going to do is go over the 3 problems that I gave you to do. Yes, I'm recording it. Yes, I recorded videos earlier today, and I recorded 4 yesterday. They're all posted on the Classroom of Google. So when you have questions, that's a good place to look, is the Classroom of Google. Elijah, why is your computer open? That makes me think you're not paying. See, it's still open. There you go. There you go. So let's look at the first problem. We have 6 and 81 hundredths times 7. Now the first thing I want to do, because I'm me, is I want to get an estimate. I want to know where my answer is about. It's almost what? So I'm going to take 6 and 81 hundredths, and that's close to what? 7. And 7's close to 7. So my answer needs to be near what? Which is? 49. My answer needs to be somewhere near 49. That helps you know where do you place the decimal, for one. Secondly, it helps you have an idea. If you have an answer of 4,297, then you know you haven't placed the decimal in the right place, or you haven't done your math right. Now, all I'm doing, if, for those of you struggling, get it in your head, if you can do your 0s through 9s, you can do any multiplication problem. So in this one, I'm doing my 7s. What is 7 times 1? 7. What is 7 times 8? 56. So that's 56. I put my 5 there. 7 times 6?
42.
Plus 5?
47.
Okay? So I just multiplied ignoring the decimal point. I'm multiplying and ignoring the decimal point. A lot of times I just like to rewrite it. 681 times 7. Then I get 4,767. Now, I have to figure out how many numbers are behind the decimal point in the problem, Lily? How many numbers are behind the decimal point in this problem? 2. Since there are 2 behind it in the problem, there have to be 2 behind it in the answer. And so that would be my answer. Now, a lot of times when I do these problems, it means you're going to see them at a later date, on an assignment at a later date. That's why I'm telling you to put them in your journal. So then when you have this problem later, you just have to go, boom, in my journal, there I go. Or you'll go, hey, I didn't write it, I deserve not to get it right.
I didn't write it. Ooh.
Another really easy problem. I have 3 7/10 times 2. Jeremiah, what is 3 7/10 close to?
3 and 17 plus 2. I don't know.
Closer to 3 or closer to 4? It's in between 3 and 4.
Oh. It's in between 3 and 4. Just under 2.
What is it closer to?
Here's my number line.
Oh.
Here's 3. Here's 4. Here's 3.5. So where would 3.7 go? Here or here? 3.1.
I already said it.
What'd you say?
Bottom 4.
Closer to 4. Good. You may have already said it, but you got to. The rest of the time you speak so loud that the people at the middle school hear you. Now I call you, all of a sudden you're quiet.
But that was me.
4 times 2 is
8.
8. My answer needs to be somewhere near 8. Somewhere near 8. So now I just write it 37 times 2, ignoring the decimal point until I get to the end. 2 times 7 is?
14.
2 times 3 is?
6.
Plus 1?
7.
7.
Yes, I got it right again.
So 74, need to be close to 8, so it's 7 4/10. once. You got it right a lot.
Me?
Whoever said for once. So now we have the last problem. 780 times 88. We did a problem yesterday that you should have in your journal. It was 680 times 99.
Yes.
Hopefully it's in your journal because you're going to see it again today. So if you actually followed directions and wrote it in your journal, then the last 3 questions on the assignment you have today are going to be piece of cake. If you didn't, that stinks. So if I want to estimate, I'm going to make this 800 times 90. I can put these 3 zeros down. 8 times 9 is 72. That's a 0, not a 6. 72. So my answer needs to be somewhere near 72,000. I'm going to break it apart like I taught you yesterday. I'm going to take 780. I'm going to multiply it by 8. And I'm going to take 780. And I'm going to multiply it by 80. So now all I have to know is my multiples of 8. My 8 multiplication chart. I'm going to start with my 8. 8 times 0 is?
0.
8 times 8 is?
64.
Carry my 6 over. 8 times 7 is?
56.
Plus 6?
61.
62. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So, 780 times 8 is 6,240. So if I just multiplied this 8 through, I'd get 6,240. Now I'm multiplying by 80. I have these 2 trailing zeros, so I can put those zeros down, and now I'm just multiplying 78 times 8. 8 times 8 is?
64.
64.
Knew it.
8 times 7 is?
56.
Plus 6.
62.
What do we notice about these two?
They're the same.
They're not the same.
They're multiplied by 10.
It's 10 times greater. This is 10 times greater than this, which just means my decimal point moved from here over 1. This is 10 times greater than this, because instead of 8, I multiplied by 80, and 80 is 10 times greater than 8.
10 times.
That's what I said too. And then I'd add those 2 products together to give me my final product.
Your final product is
The answer to the question.
the answer to the question. I knew that.
68,000.
Are you on telling?
68,640. Yeah.
68,640.
I got it right again.
Pretty close to my estimate.
Yes.
Pretty close to my estimate.
Yes.
Some people find it easier to break it into parts. Some people find it easier to use the standard algorithm. But no matter how you do it, you're doing the same thing. If you do it this way, you're doing the same thing. You're just spreading it out. So it's easier to find if you made a mistake, and that's cool. It's 1 digit times 1 digit. If I gave you this problem, 780 times 88, and you said I don't get it, and you brought me and showed me no work, then I'm going to say you're right, you don't get it. Go sit down. Because I got to see what you're doing, so I know how to help you get it. Boom! Shakalaka, peace out. God bless. Love you. Do something kind today. Save the bee. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to Keller BBB.